Welcome to the Retirement Spy Studio, where we share experiences in a collaborative platform for those entering phase 2 of life and are ready to embrace this chapter with gusto and an attitude of carpe diem. You can find out more about us at www.theretirementspy.com or send us ideas and topics to hello@theretirementspy.com. If you've been listening to this series, you already know that retirement isn't simply the day that you stop working. Retirement is one of the greatest transitions there are, and this isn't merely about leaving a career, it's about creating a life. Throughout this series, we've been talking about what I call the 8 F's of retirement, the areas of life that together create a meaningful retirement. Today, we're talking about one of the most important things of all, and that's finances. Ironically, when finances receives almost all the attention before retirement, they often receive too much attention before retirement and not enough perspective after retirement. Most people spend 40 years asking one question: will I have enough in retirement to make it? Very few people, though, spend time asking equally another important question: enough for what? Today's episode isn't about stock picking. It isn't about beating the market. It isn't about tax loopholes. There are thousands of financial advisors who do that very well, more so than we ever could here. Instead, today we're going to talk about the role of money and how money should play a part in a successful retirement beyond just the spending. Because money is an incredible servant, but it makes a terrible master. Retirement isn't about becoming rich. Think about your first job. Maybe you earned minimum wage. I know I did. Maybe you shouldn't wait until payday. Maybe you couldn't wait until payday. And your career progressed. Promotions came, raises came, bonuses came. Your home became larger. The vacations became nicer. Your savings account slowly grew, and so did your investments. For decades, your financial life had a clear purpose: earn, save, invest, repeat. Then one day, retirement arrives. Suddenly, the rules change. We're no longer accumulating. We're no longer purely just trying to grow this nest egg. Now, you're beginning to distribute. That means there's a mental shift that's harder than almost anyone expects. Many retirees continue living emotionally as if they're still saving for retirement. Except retirement has already arrived. You've crossed the finish line. Now the purpose of money changes. And sometimes you need permission to be able to do the things that we need to do. Financial freedom is different than financial wealth. Let me define. Financial wealth is the amount of money you possess. Financial freedom is what your money allows you to do. Those aren't the same things. I've met retirees worth tens of millions of dollars who live in fear. They're terrified of spending, terrified of inflation, terrified of running out of money. Every purchase creates anxiety. Then I've met retirees with modest savings who sleep peacefully every night because their expectations match their resources. Who is actually wealthier? Perhaps the one who enjoys life without worry. Money without peace is poverty wearing expensive clothes. Retirement changes the purpose of money. For 40 years or so, money was about accumulation. Now, money becomes about enabling experiences. Money buys freedom, choices, time, generosity, health, adventure, relationships, peace of mind. Notice something here? Money isn't the destination. It's simply the vehicle. Too many retirees protect the vehicle while never taking the trip. The danger of dying financially rich, but experiential poor. One of the saddest stories I encountered involved retirees who postponed joy. We'll travel next year. We'll take the grandchildren later. We'll remodel someday, but not this year. We'll take the dream vacation eventually. Then health changes, energy declines, a spouse passes away, eventually becomes never. Money has an expiration date. Not literally, but practically. The ability to enjoy experiences decreases over time. That's why financial planning should include life planning. What is your money for? Here's an exercise. Ask yourself the following. Why did I save all these years? Not how much, but why? Did you save it to travel? To help your family? To support your church? To fund a charitable organization? To create unforgettable memories? To reduce stress? Your investments exist to support your values in your life. If your money isn't serving your values, it may be serving your fears. Avoid the two biggest financial mistakes. Retirees often make one of two big mistakes. The first, they spend recklessly because retirement feels like permanent vacation. The second, they become a prisoner of their own savings. They refuse to spend anything. They live as though every purchase threatens disaster. Wisdom lives somewhere between those two extremes. Spend intentionally, not impulsively. But don't postpone living forever. Inflation isn't just about prices. Everyone talks about inflation. But there's another inflation rarely discussed, the inflation of regret. Every year we postpone meaningful experiences, there's an emotional cost that rises. The price of waiting isn't measured only in dollars. It's measured in missed opportunities. I've seen this with my grandparents. They have since longed to go to certain places, and now at their old ages, they can't afford to take those trips anymore. The greatest return on investment. Financial advisors measure returns in percentages. Life measures returns differently. A family vacation, a mission trip, helping fund a grandchild's education, taking your spouse back to where you first met, supporting causes that outlive you. Those investments may never appear on a statement, yet their dividends last generation. Give while you can watch it happen. One beautiful financial philosophy is this: give with warm hands instead of cold hands. Too many people leave generous inheritance after they die, when what their children really needed was encouragement, experience, or assistance while their parents were still alive. Sometimes wisdom isn't maximizing inheritance. Sometimes wisdom is maximizing impact. Don't compare retirements. Comparison destroys contentment. One couple buys a recreational vehicle, another buys season tickets. Another moves overseas, another stays in their hometown. There isn't one correct retirement, and you shouldn't compare. There's only the retirement for you. Financial success isn't looking like someone else. It's aligning your spending with your priorities. Let's talk about the cost of poor health. One of the smartest financial investments you make is improving your health. Exercise, nutrition, preventative medicine, mental health, good sleep. These aren't simply health decisions. They're financial decisions. Every healthy year expands your ability to enjoy retirement. Wouldn't you agree? You need to buy time. One of the greatest luxuries retirement money can purchase isn't possessions, it's time. Hire someone to mow the lawn, clean the house, fix the gutters, hire somebody to detail the car. Why? Because retirement isn't about proving you can still do everything. It's about spending time where it matters most. Buy back your time. Spend it with people you love. Beware of lifestyle drift. Just because you can spend more doesn't mean you should. Many retirees discover they don't actually need luxury. They crave meaning. The newest car quickly becomes the old car. The bigger house becomes more maintenance. The expensive watch tells the same time. Experiences, however, usually outperform possessions. They're financial conversations that matter and need to be had. If you're married, talk openly about money. Many couples enter retirement with completely different expectations. One wants adventure, one wants security. Neither is wrong, but conversations prevent conflict. Retirement isn't a solo journey. You've got your list of things to do, your spouse has their list of things they want to do, and collectively you've got things you want to do together. It's a shared journey, it's a shared pocketbook. Leave a legacy beyond dollars. When people gather at your funeral, they probably won't discuss your investment allocations. They'll remember your generosity, your kindness, your stories, your encouragement, your faith, your laughter. Money can support your legacy, but it can never become your legacy. The 8 F's of retirement work together. Notice how finance supports every one of the other F's. Money allows us to pursue fitness, to invest in family, to discover fun, to deepen our faith, to continue our formation, to build friendships, to experience fulfillment. Finances are important, but they're never the whole story. There's one piece of much larger life. That's all they are. A final thought. If you're approaching retirement, don't ask only how much do I need. Also ask, what kind of life am I trying to build? If you're already retired, look at your finances through a different lens. Instead of asking whether your money is growing, ask whether your life is growing. Because one day, none of us will wish we'd spent more time watching account balances. We'll wish we'd spent more time living. Money is a remarkable tool. Use it wisely, use it generously, use it courageously, be curious, and most importantly, use it to build a retirement worth remembering. Thank you for being on The Retirement Spy. If today's episode encouraged you, please share this with someone else and always subscribe to our channel. And remember, the goal isn't simply to retire. The goal is to retire well. Until next time.